Yeah, I just want to talk about something tonight. The world we live in, mental health, social media, and society in general. It's not a dig at anything or anyone or trying to put my perception out there to say my way of looking at it is right, but this is just the way I see things and I'm talking for myself. I don't want to tell people how to think. I'm just letting you know how I see it through my own experiences with mental health. And with the kids growing up and with COVID happening and a whole lot of confusion in the world right now, everyone, seems to be struggling a little bit more, and it's brought to the highlight that everybody is struggling because of social media and all the negativity on the world and how it presents itself. So we need to be aware of this. And the more aware you are of things, then the better. But in today's world, there seems to be a big shame thing around mental health, and we're not allowed to talk about things. And I do think this is where a lot of the kids growing up are losing out. I do believe there's a lot of people that have struggled with mental health, and there's a lot of role models out there that can offer a little bit of advice and show people different ideas of working with mental health and their emotions. Because when you're young and you're growing up, you've got role models around you, and we all struggle. And sometimes when you see your role models around you struggling, and you're struggling yourself, and you've got all these emotions inside, it's easy to start thinking on a negative spiral, because someone might struggle with mental health and you're witnessing it, or if you're just struggling with your emotions. If kids can't open up and try and get to know how they feel, then they're losing out on the emotional intelligence that they deserve to have as kids. And I think you should try and channel this into your kids more than ever now, with the way that the world's shaped with mental health and the COVID and all this scarcity around the world. And it's a serious thing. We've all got problems to solve, and we need to sort our situations out, and we need to try and get back to some functional living and try not to be against each other, but at the same time try and help these young kids that are growing up see that they can work with their emotions, and we need to make them aware of their emotions so they can figure it out and not be scared to think and talk about their emotions. Because the more we think about it and talk about it and know it's acceptable, then the more we're free to be ourselves. And that's where we're losing it. So if you can talk to your child about 99% of things, and your child doesn't worry about your reaction, and you're listening for the right reasons, and you're making sure that child's intentions are all good, then your child is going to open up to you. Your child is going to know how they are as a person, because they'll be more in tune with their emotions. And that is what parenting's all about. You don't want your child to come in from school, go up in their bedroom, worry about not being able to talk to you and having no one to talk to, go to school and worry about how they feel, and then worry about the reaction of everybody else around them. And it could be a whole negative situation there. And that can lead to so many different complications, but we need to be aware of this. And the more we help our children talk about their emotions and accept that emotion and being themselves is what it's all about, and education is the tool to help yourself flourish and grow, then we're going to start to see better results with our kids. We're not going to get more suicides. We're not going to get more mental health problems. We're going to get more solutions. We're not going to make the world a perfect place, and we're not going to stop mental health, and we're not going to stop bad situations happening totally, but we can start to shape our children and help them see that mental health and emotion and struggle and thinking for themselves and not being scared to talk about these things is the building blocks to a healthy lifestyle, a healthy way of living. and a successful lifestyle, depending on what your idea of success is. So from my experience of going through mental health, I think that we need to sit down with our kids once a week or more if often, or at the dinner table, and just raise topics, be open, discuss. There's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with being anxious. We all get anxious, it's just that we all learn to deal with it in different ways. And some people show it in different ways, and some people show it obviously. And sometimes if you can't talk about that, and you take that all personally, and there's a whole lot more to it than just taking it personally, then your kid or children or your nephew and niece or your family member or anyone in general, they're going to struggle more. So we need to help people talk, and we need to let them think for themselves. And please just raise mental health, talk about it, be open in your homes. If you start at home, then from home you can start to help your kid grow in the community and accept mental health for what it is, because your child's going to witness friends, family, role models going through things, and the more you equip your children with the topic of mental health and emotions and thinking and doing the right things, the more they're going to be able to succeed and help other people. And if we can start to help ourselves, and then we can help other people, then we can make better places for people to live in. And we shouldn't be scared of mental health, because if you are, then, you know, you're letting yourself down. And in my eyes, that's a bad situation. And there's a whole more than just this topic to talk about that. But that'll be targeting people, and I don't want to do that. But that's just me inside. Just talk about things, be open, sit at the dinner table, talk once a week, raise your concerns. Don't be scared to talk about your emotions, your vulnerabilities, and being yourself, and just listen for the right reasons. Okay? Thank you. Mental health is real.